Hello, YTPC. Graybeard Piper. I've noticed something about most pipe smoking videos. Very few people talk about how long they've been smoking. You know, they'll refer to as I'm relatively new, I've been smoking for years, decades, whatever. Nobody ever puts a number on it. Well, I don't understand why. Not really the point of my video. The point of my video is I've been smoking a pipe for about 3.5 years. Now, mind you, I had tried smoking a pipe in my 20s, then again in my 30s, and again in my 40s, and in my 50s. And it was in my 50s that I actually learned how to smoke a pipe. Went down to the local little smoke shop a couple of towns south of me. I live in a very rural area, and my selection is very, very limited. And picked up a pipe, a little, $20 basket briar, and picked up a couple of ounces of, or an ounce of a couple of different aromatic blends. And realized relatively quickly I really didn't care for aromatic blends, or not the ones I got. One of the first ones I tried was creme brulee, and it was, my wife loved it, smelled great. To me, it was just not good at all. I learned that I enjoyed English blends. Presbyterian mixture was one of my very first, and I fell in love with it. Still to this day, it's I enjoy it often. Well, now often. But I've noticed that my tastes have changed. I don't know if my palate has matured or whatever. I have no idea what happened. But here, about a month ago, I was going through my drawers, in my chest of drawers in my house. They were got a bunch of junk in them, and I'm clearing out some stuff. I'm downsizing. I want to get rid of a bunch of crap that I haven't used in a number of years. And I ran across a vacuum seal package of what was labeled Gaslight. And when I say a package, it was I don't know, a few ounces. Uh, it wouldn't fit in a pint-sized mason jar, so I had to put it in quart. But I was messing around one day and decided I'm gonna have a. Now I had bought a tin of Gaslight, and I had it jarred up into a separate jar, and I've smoked it a few times. Not a bad smoke, not one of my favorites, but not a bad one. A decent English blend. And I had left that tobacco in that quart jar for probably a couple of weeks. Decided one day to break it out and try it. Well, when I opened it, it's like, man, it really doesn't smell like an English. So I packed a bowl of it, fired it up, and on the char light, I knew this was not an English blend. This was some sort of aromatic. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that got me thinking, maybe something in me has changed. I tried some different English blends. Aromatics. I tried Autumn Evening, Creme Brulee, and a couple of other ones because I was just learning. I was watching videos, and you see the videos where they recommend, as a beginner, you need to start with this, and it'd be advisable to start, So that's what I did. I learned very quickly I didn't care for aromatics. I didn't like Autumn Evening. I didn't like Creme Brulee. I didn't like these blends. They didn't hit my palate the way Pirate Cake did, or Presbyterian, or Maltese Falcon. These lat bombs. Though that's what I enjoyed. I enjoyed that smoky, dark, thick, intense smoke. Well, I come across this so-called Gaslight, which wasn't Gaslight. Don't know. I have still to this day no idea what it is. Oh, by the way, smoking some Match 20, which I've never smoked before, and it's in my Savinelli Ginger's favorite. Not a big fan of the demi-church warden, semi-church warden style pipes, but this one smokes pretty good, and I like the size of the bowl. So anyway, I after smoking this mystery blend that was very aromatic, my wife really enjoyed the aroma of it, the room note. I decided to venture out of my comfort zone, and I ordered an ounce of Lane Limited HGL and Match 20 and 1Q. Well, I get them, open them up, open the bags, jar them up, and the 1Q has got this What I get out of the jar note is the best way I can describe it is a oatmeal raisin cookie with some vanilla undertones. I get a really strong oat scent. Raisins are very prevalent, and then just some undertones of this light vanilla. Took the jar to my wife and said, "Hey, what do you think about this?" "Oh, I think I could enjoy sitting with you and you smoke a bowl of that." So we tried it that evening. First time I'd ever smoked 1Q. It was delightful. It was, without a doubt, the very best experience I have ever had smoking an aromatic. Not to say that I've smoked many, because I haven't. I learned early on, didn't care for them, stayed away from them, smoked strictly English blends. Virginia's, uh, I tried Bullseye Flake, I tried Navy Flake, uh, and I get severe tongue bite when I smoke a straight Virginia. Maybe it's because I smoke too hot. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've got some sort of chemistry. I don't know. But it really bites me, or it did. I don't know if it still does. I really have a desire to try some Capstan, and I probably will here in the near future. But again, back online, or back on track. I really enjoyed the 1Q. I tried the HDL, and it's okay. Not as much. Um, I think the English aromatic is a different avenue, and I don't think I'm prepared to take that turn yet. But the whole point of everything that I've said is, pointing. I'm pointing more so at the new pipe smokers, and I consider myself a new pipe smoker. I'll always consider myself a new pipe smoker. I don't care if I smoke for the rest of my life. I'm 63 years old, and I'm learning new things every single day. And talking too much, can't keep my pipe lit as usual. Uh, but this, I gotta say, this is aimed at the newer pipe smokers. If you buy some tobacco, it's recommended. I recommend this myself. Is to buy small quantities of a lot of different blends, as much as you feel comfortable spending. But buy bulk. Don't necessarily buy tins. Bulk tobacco is amazing tobaccos. That's I've gotten more and more away from buying tins, and I'm buying bulk. So I'm experimenting again after 3.5 years. Buy bulk, buy small quantities of a lot of different blends, and try them out. Now, if you get one that you don't like, which is inevitable, uh, don't pitch it. Don't give it away. unless it's something that you just absolutely disgusts you. But then wait, stick it in a jar, seal it tight, stick it in the closet, stick it in a box, put it in a drawer, and forget about it for a couple of years, and then try it again. I had gotten to a point in my mind where I thought all I'm ever going to smoke are English blends. So I'm going to stock up on English blends. I've got, I don't know how many jars of English blends in there, all different kinds from different people, from these little small blenders to C&D. And I'm learning now that I don't enjoy the English blends like I used to. I still enjoy them occasionally. Actually, this Match 20 is pretty good. I like it. No tongue bite. It's got a really nice retrohale. Catch some smoky, some earthy, dirty, not dirty in a bad way, dirty. God, it's so hard for me to explain what I taste, the nuances and the hints of flavors. I'm not good at that, so that's why I never do tobacco reviews. But hold on to your blends. Stick them back. Excuse me. Give them a while. And then try them again. Like I said, back then I never thought that I would be buying an aromatic blend. Now, I'm going to order some Cult Blood Red Moon. I'll probably hit up the Country Squire and pick up some Tom Bigby. Definitely going to hit up Boswell's and get some No Bite Delight. Probably pick up some Bob's Chocolate Flake, and give these a try. I'm probably going to hit up Autumn Evening again. The description of it sounds delicious. I love maple sausage. Well, that's it's a maple syrup based aromatic, but again, after 3.5 years of doing this, and I took a break. There was I don't know, probably 2 years ago, I got COVID, and it completely ruined my sense of taste, and everything I smoked was literally horrible for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. I'd try a pipe and it would just be, I'd char light it and then dump it out because it was just disgusting. Well, after about, I don't know, 3, 4 months, and I was trying to bowl every week, sometimes twice a week. Just couldn't get it back, man. It was horrible. It tasted, it left such a foul taste in my mouth. And so I took a break from that. And then life got really busy and I was hectic, and I never made the time for a few months there that I would go in and sit down and decide what pipe, what tobacco. It became overwhelming. I had all these different choices. At one time I had, I don't know, over 70 pipes. And, now I'm down to about 40, but I've got my 6 or 8 that I smoke on the regular. This is not one of them. But, uh, you know, simplified it, and now it's not as overwhelming. But like I say, there have been periods throughout my 3.5 year journey that I've just decided, I'm going to take a break for a minute. And I smoke cigarettes, so I always had that to fall back on. And uh, again, I'm sorry I'm rambling, guys. I mean, I've been 20 minutes on this so far, so let me kind of wrap this up in saying to the new folks, to the new people that are coming into this hobby, lifestyle, journey, however you want to refer to it. If you run across something you don't necessarily care for, jar it up, stick it in a box, shove it under your bed, or wherever you opt to put it. But don't get rid of it. Because at some point in the future, that blend that you didn't like a couple of years ago may become your desert island. That may become your all-time favorite blend. You know, they say, somebody says, I've heard that, your tastes change every so often. Things you didn't like as a kid, you absolutely love now. Things that you used to love, you know. Well, I'm learning it's the same with the pipe and with the leaf. Taste change. So, like I say now, I'm looking to have to spend more money buying more tobaccos because I found a new enjoyment, which is aromatics. If I had held on to what I had back then, probably wouldn't have to buy so much. I'd still be buying though. Anyway, that's my ramblings for the day. Now I'm going to sit here and finish smoking this pipe and enjoy my cup of coffee. And I hope everyone who watches this has an amazing day. Enjoy your pipe. And I'll see you next time.